Unconditional experiencing, why every experience exists to refine who you are. 1. Consciousness exists to experience. At its core, consciousness does one thing: it experiences. Without experience, there is no learning, there is no evolution, there is no expansion of awareness. Experience is the raw material of consciousness. Just like muscles grow through resistance, consciousness grows through experience. Not only pleasant experiences, all experiences. This is why life constantly presents us with situations that trigger emotions, challenges, and reflections. They are not interruptions to life. They are life. 2. The human mistake, judging instead of evaluating. Where things start to go wrong for most people is not in the experience itself. It happens after the experience. Instead of evaluating, we judge. And judgment freezes evolution. The typical unconscious loop looks like this: experience, emotional reaction, judgment, memory storage, identity update. For example, I trusted someone and got hurt. Instead of evaluating the experience, the mind concludes, people cannot be trusted. I was stupid. Love is dangerous. I am someone who gets abandoned. The experience becomes identity. And the brain stores the event as evidence for future threat prediction. So instead of evolving, the person becomes more contracted. The experience becomes a psychological prison rather than a teacher. 3. The real function of experience. The real function of experience is clarity. Every experience clarifies two things: what resonates with you, and what does not resonate with you. In other words, experience shows you what you prefer by showing you what you do not prefer. For example, a betrayal may clarify, I value loyalty. I value honesty. I value emotional safety. Without the painful experience, that clarity might never have become conscious. So the experience was not the problem. The misinterpretation of the experience was. 4. The evolutionary question. After every meaningful experience, consciousness asks one question. What do you want to keep, and what do you want to change? This question turns experience into evolution. Instead of, this was bad, the question becomes, what did this show me about what truly matters to me? For example, painful relationships bring you clarity about emotional safety. Professional failure brings you clarity about authentic purpose. Feeling rejected brings you clarity about self-worth. Each experience becomes a refinement tool for identity. 5. Unconditional experiencing. Unconditional experiencing means allowing life to be a feedback system rather than a threat system. Difference is subtle but profound. Conditional experiencing, I will only feel safe if experiences match my expectations. Unconditional experiencing, I allow experiences to reveal what aligns with my authentic self. This mindset transforms negative experiences from evidence of failure into guidance toward alignment. 6. The identity update. The real power lies in consciously updating identity. Most people let painful experiences define them. But conscious evolution does the opposite. Instead of asking, what does this say about me? You ask, what does this teach me about who I want to become? Identity then evolves intentionally. For example, old identity, I am someone who gets abandoned. New identity, I am someone who values emotional reciprocity. Old identity, I always fail. New identity, I refine my direction through experience. This shift alone changes the trajectory of a life. 7. Negative experiences as evolution signals. When an experience feels painful, it is often not punishment. It is misalignment becoming visible. Pain is the signal that says, something in your current identity or direction no longer fits who you truly are. Seen this way, negative experiences are not enemies. They are messengers of transformation. They reveal the parts of your identity that are ready for an update. 8. Evolution through conscious experiencing. When we allow experiences without collapsing into identity judgments, something powerful happens. Life becomes an iterative process of refinement. Experience leads to evaluation. This leads to clarity and
subsequently to identity update and new experience.
This is how consciousness evolves. Not by avoiding negative experiences, but by extracting wisdom from every experience.
9.
The paradox of growth.
The experiences we initially resist the most often become the ones that shaped us the most.
Not because suffering is necessary, but because contrast creates clarity. Without contrast, we would not know our values. We would not know our boundaries. We would not know our authentic direction.
In that sense, even the most difficult experiences carry hidden information about who we are becoming.
10. The essence of unconditional experiencing.
Unconditional experiencing is the willingness to say, every experience contains information for my evolution.
Not every experience must be liked or desired. Not every experience must be repeated. Not every experience must be accepted. But every experience can be evaluated. And in that evaluation lies the real power of consciousness.
Because evolution does not happen by controlling life.
It happens by learning from life.